Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. Well, I am away from home this week. I'm working in Cheltenham and you may well recognise the office. I am in the office again in front of this incredible flight simulator. Now, when I was here a month or two ago, I did a video in front of this and lots of you said, oh, tell us more about the flight sim, do some videos on it. Well, I'm not going to do any videos on it, but it is an incredible flight simulator setup. This is basically the flight deck of an Airbus. You've got realistic throttle controls, you've got the joystick there, rudder pedals on the floor, 3 screens, full live navigation and air traffic control information. It's about as realistic a setup as you can get at home, and you basically fly an Airbus. And my mate Andrew has his pilot's license actually, but flies commercial flights on this sim. It's an incredible setup. So I'm not going to do any videos on it, but yeah, I'm quite jealous of this. It would be very cool to have at home, although I can't actually fly an aeroplane, which might be a minor issue, but I guess you can learn, right? But yeah, it's great staying away from home this week. The other thing that I managed to do, because we're not that very far away from Caffeine and Machine, only about 5 miles actually, and on Monday of this week I went along to Caffeine and Machine to see my good mate Joe Achilles do I Love You Man, which is an interview at Caffeine and Machine. He was interviewed by Alex Goy. A really special evening to be there and share with Joe, so congrats mate, I really was very special. But anyway, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and that's it, a very simple format. So without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I shall start my timer. Okay, leader of the pack last week was Rod Matheson. Well done mate, joined in the Magnificent 7 by Francois G, Leanne Jackson, Paul Mead, Michael Kember at JSW743 and at Smurf1962. These YouTube handles, I hate them. But wherever you are, first comment this week will be by Leader of the Pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be my Magnificent 7. Where I'm What You're Doing, that was Michael Anderson, who was just about to drive for 4 hours to go motor racing at a 4-hour endurance race at Winston Raceway in Benalla, Victoria. I just thought that was cool. But wherever you are, please let me know how you got on in the race, by the way. But wherever you are right now, whatever you're doing, put it in the comments below and I'll give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question was, if you're buying a new car, would it be petrol, diesel, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or battery electric? Very interesting results. So, no surprise, the number 1 result was 30 of you went for petrol. Second was plug-in hybrid with 14 votes. Then full battery electric with 12 votes. Diesel got 4 and hybrid got 3. I found that very interesting. Plug-in hybrid did way better than I thought. This week's question, super simple. We just inched into December. Tree up or tree down? Have you got your tree up yet? Me and Mrs. Petrol Ped went early. We've actually had our tree up now for a week and a half. For some reason we got well into the Christmas spirit. Now, new car news this week. I want to talk about not a new car specifically, but a genre of cars. And it was triggered by this. So this is the Lamborghini Sterrato, which is basically a Huracan made to go rallying. So it's jacked up, it's got slightly different bodywork and body arches, and it's got a higher ride height and spot lamps on the front, and you can go rallying. And then I guess similar to that is the new Porsche 911 Dakar special. And then I guess 18 months or so ago we had Morgan with their CXT. And I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I can't imagine anyone who buys a car, don't get me wrong, they look wicked, but I can't imagine anyone who's going to buy one of those will actually take it rallying or take it off-road in any way, shape or form, because you just destroy it. I would much rather spend probably half the budget of that and buy something really cool. I mean, the ultimate rally car for me is a Lancia Stratos. So you could buy like a Listabel SDR Stratos replica for a fraction of the price of one of them and actually take it tarmac rallying and enjoy yourself. Or you could build something like a Lancia Delta rally car for, I don't know, 100, 120 grand and have an amazing time and not care about denting it. I just don't get that genre of cars at all. Goodwood Marshall's track day video went live on Monday. Amazing reaction so far. Joe and I raised £1,025 giving hot laps, and Sussex Road and Race, who also have track road and race track days, are organising their first Goodwood track day on the 20th. Do you know, was going to run out of time. But yeah, let's take a quick step back. So Track Road and Race, so that's run by Kevin and Chris from Sussex Road and Race. I did a Track Road and Race track day at Castle Combe earlier this year. They're amazing. There's a really nice group of people. There's a lot of minis go along. You don't specifically have to have a mini, but if you've got one, I would highly recommend it. Really great group of people. There's always some mechanical support there as well. And they're doing a Goodwood Track Day on the 25th of May next year. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. It's a little bit more expensive than the Castle Combe Track Day, but then the main thing is it's Goodwood is quite an expensive track to do a track day at. And then this Friday's video at 6 is the Porsche 992 GT3 Touring, which I had as a press car a couple of weeks ago, and I've kind of done a spin on a kind of living with type video and done some interesting things with it. If you haven't, by the way, by now seen Joe Achilles' GT3 Touring video, I strongly suggest you go straight to his channel right now. I'll put a link above and go and see it. It's a celebration of his 10 years doing YouTube. It is a stunning video, amazingly filmed by a mutual friend of ours, Patrick, and it's just incredible. So please go and watch that and let me know what you think of it. But that is Overtime by lots, but I don't really care so much. But I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you on the next film, which is this Friday at 6 o'clock for the Porsche 911 992 GT3 Touring manual. And it's a bit of a living with take. We do some crazy things and it's a bit of fun. But I shall see you on that one. That text was from Mrs. Petrol Ped, so I'm going to give her a call now and see how she's getting on and what her day's been like. But I shall see you on the next film. You take care, guys. Drive safe.